Yes, welcome folks. Welcome. Hi, uh, I'm Sanchit, your host of like the crypto series. Like we do live stream every day. If you are new, welcome. Please check out the previous video we have done. We have talked about amazing educational stuff. I don't want to do clickbaity, so I just like come up every day, do a live stream of like 30 to 40 minutes. It's like approx good range so that everyone like sit back, relax, and enjoy and like learn with me. So yeah, because I'm on this journey, I'm full crypto. Yeah, and yesterday was a big day. If you guys didn't know, yesterday was a very big day. The B word, the B word conference or the debate was happening yesterday, and it was just fascinating. It was just so. First of all, it was not like buy the rumor, sell the news. It was opposite. Buy the news, sell the rumor, and it was just fascinating. Like the discussion, the panels, and they were so educational. And for me, I personally felt like okay, they were kind of like good, but for a newbie person who have just entered into crypto, it's a good resource to like go through like what Bitcoin is, how things affect and things happen. For me, because I do this like every day, I do like live streams like on a daily basis, so I feel like it was like okay, yeah, I understand what you're saying. So but if you are a new person, you should definitely check the B word. I'm gonna share all of the things like the key takeaways for everything. I literally sat down 9:30 to 2:30 in front of my computer and just watching. It was just so amazing. It was one of the like it was so amazing. I had a great time. Like even from like sitting in this chair, it was so good. It was so awesome. I cannot like explain, but I will try my best to explain things. Just not only like there was B word going on as well as ETHCC. ETHCC is like the Ethereum Developer Conference is going on in Paris. So both of those content was like I was taking in. It was just so fascinating and it was just so amazing. So yeah, thanks a lot for your time you have given. Before we move ahead, please do the Bible of YouTube. What it is, like and subscribe if you have not. Turn on post notification. I do live stream every day around 12 p.m. or like 1 p.m. depends like at what time I wake up. Yeah, and I'm trying to grow this community as I'm trying to take it as like as easy. I don't like need something from you guys or like I have not monetized my YouTube channel. I'm far away. I have like 40 subscribers, but I do this every day just because I love it. Like I love talking about crypto each and every day, and I do this to my friends too. So it's like it will help me to like engage with new people. So yeah, before we move on, talk about the key takeaways of the B conference, the B word. Let's do a quick market watch. Market like I'm gonna show you guys. Just see just see like as the B word was going on and like as soon as the second track like when Kathy Woods, Elon Musk, and Jack Dorsey came into the like the were talking about it. See this pump, see this amazing momentum like inverse head and shoulder. This is the time when it started. This is the time like 3 p.m. like their time 3 p.m. it started, and see the pump. It just went through. It's just so amazing. Like in lifetime, I was like charting as well as when the conference was going on. So it was just fascinating. And just not only about Bitcoin, I'm gonna talk about Dogecoin because Elon pumped Dogecoin. He was trying to like pump as much as Dogecoin as can. So if we see the Dogecoin charts, you will be amazed like how Dogecoin pumped. See, it's similar to Bitcoin. Like everything was like at that time it was pumping. Everything at that time was pumping. So you cannot like say it was not a good deal. So and if we do a quick market watch, the market is like recovering. It was at 1.2. It's now at 1.3, and it's like yesterday it was like 1.33. So if you see, if you have bought in when I'm saying like buy the dips, if you have bought in, you would have at least 10%. Like Ethereum was at 1800 in front of us, so you have at least 10% gains on Ethereum. Binance Coin was 268, Cardano was $2. Polkadot is the big thing. Like I managed, Polkadot was $10, $11 just a few days back. So yeah, so everything is like it's not great, but yeah, it's moving up. And if you see, the market cap is 1.3 trillion, and there's an amazing thing also just today. So the whole cryptos, like the number of cryptos has passed 11,000. I've been keeping a track on this because it's brings you the adoption phase. So there are more than 11,000 cryptos that are on CMC. There are much more that are not on CMC, but on CMC, sorry, 11,000 cryptos are there. So you can have a look at those. And if we see the volume is just shot high up in the rocket, like because of the B word volume. We were seeing the volume was around 40, 50, 60. It is almost 80 billion dollars. And we see that, as I say, Bitcoin dominance is like revolving around 45 to 14.7, and Ethereum is like 16 to 18. So yeah, and the gas fee is low, not low, but yeah, it's like okay, it's like medium, right? The gas fee, the lowest that I've seen was like 4 Gowai for a fast transaction. Like 16 is for a standard, like 16 is for standard. But maybe a couple of weeks ago, when everything was dormant, like no one was doing anything with crypto, like everyone was scared. The fast transaction would cost me 4 Gowai, and the slow would cost me 1. The standard would cost around 2. So that was the time like I benefited, or like I took some trades. Yeah. So the market is doing pretty well, and if we see the top gainers, Axis Infinity, it is one of the gaming. So you can literally earn from Axis Infinity. I've been exploring. I'm gonna make a deep dive into this. How you can earn. You can literally earn more than 30 to 40,000 Indian rupees just playing the game. So yeah, because of like the conversion and stuff. So yeah, that is, people are doing that in Indonesia and third world countries. So yeah, yeah, so it's like stable coin and stuff, nothing much. So yeah, let's if you have not heard of the B word, okay, so B word is like the bword.org. You can go to their website and see. So the bword.org, they were fascinating. Like yesterday, it was, I don't know, it was just fascinating, to be honest. Just fascinating. This is one of the, I can say, the way they have structured. Like if I'm a new person, the very first thing is demystifying Bitcoin. Like what actually is Bitcoin? And there are amazing folk that are talking about it. It's like Nick Carter. He seems like he's 14, 15 years old, but he's much more. Like he's so technical. He knows his stuff. Lynn Allen, Nate Madrid, they are big. They are big like Bitcoin players. They are big players. Let us put it that way. And in 1 hour 45 minutes, 47 minutes, it explains so beautifully like what Bitcoin is. So, and I feel like all of the content creators that are focusing, they are just focusing on like the talk between Cathie Woods. Most of the attention is at this. Most of the attention is at this talk. Most of the attention. But I feel like we should give like a round of appreciation to like all of those other tracks, because I agree, like this will bring you the views, but the favorite that I liked was the supporting the developer ecosystem. Like I watched it all through it, and I would recommend, like if you are a developer, a tech person, and want to like figure out how these things work, it is one of the most amazing. Like this is just fascinating, to be honest with you guys. So yeah, watch this. Watch every track if you can. But I want to mention like the Bitcoin as a tool for economic empowerment, in which like Cathie Woods, Jack Dorsey, and Elon Musk were talking. This is the most like focused, and you can see they are focused. Like it is clearly visible. Like it's orange. They have structured it that way. But I would recommend, if you are truly want to educate, because this is the time when you are educating yourself, because prices are not moving, it's sideways, so you can't FOMO into the price action. So this is a time when you can do. So yeah, so have a watch at this. I'm gonna like do my takeaways what I can from this conference. There were some interesting facts that I did not like think of at any cost, and please have a look. The B word, it was amazing. Everything is online. You can just type in. I'm gonna share this. Like I'm gonna share this with you guys. So yeah, I'm gonna share this so you can have a look at this. So nothing like this is just fascinating. Like this is kind of a course in itself. So yeah, have a look at this. But now let's talk about the key takeaways. So I'm referring to CryptoZoras. So if you guys don't know who CryptoZoras is, he's a big YouTuber, like big crypto YouTuber and commenter. So just giving a shout out. I will put their links in the description just after we end the stream. So yeah, I'm referring to his blog Crypto Zuras. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe. Yeah. So I'm referring to his blog on his website cryptozuras.com. So yeah. So if you guys don't know, like if you guys have not attended, Elon himself said like he pumps but he doesn't dump. Yeah, so he himself said like I might pump but I don't have intention to dump it. So it was so fascinating. And other thing that Elon mentioned, like we are talking about that only because that like the main attention of it. Elon, like many people are talking about like diversify your portfolio. If you have all of your money in crypto, it's so risky and risky. Elon Musk, until crypto, only have shares of his own companies. He does not own any Apple, he does not own any Amazon. He owns only his stock, only his company stock, like Tesla, Starlink, uh, SpaceX. So he only owns his company stock, and he only believes, not only believes, he owns this. And other than his own companies, he have invested only in three cryptocurrencies: Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Dogecoin, which is a big deal because it was public news. Like Elon have definitely, like it was speculative, like Elon has invested in Dogecoin because he's so pumping it, but Ethereum because then he feels like Ethereum is one of the DeFi, big DeFi players out there. So he mentioned like he's a fan of DeFi, so that's why he has Ethereum, but Bitcoin. But the point that I want to make is, if you are giving it a bet, if you are truly believe in something, just don't care about anything else. I truly believe in crypto. I don't care about the stock market, the bond, the government bond, the PPF. I truly believe crypto can change the world, so I have all of my money in crypto. Just as Elon Musk, he believes in Tesla. He does not want to like, because if you have so many invested, it like plays with your mind. Your mind can only handle so much stuff. Your mind can only do the risk management of this much. But if you have only one, it's clear cut. It's clear cut. That's what I feel like. So that's some amazing news as well, that he owns Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Doge. And one of the things like he was doing like before the watch, he was trying to be like, he was such a humorous person, like Jack and everyone was like trying to be like serious. I'm gonna like mute it. So just try like I'm gonna show you something. Give me a sec, guys. I want to show you guys something. Where it is? Give me a sec, guys. Give me a sec. Yeah. So this is the point. So just watch at Elon. Just watch at Elon. Just watch at Elon. So he's trying to be like, his shirt is so humorous. Like he knows. He's smiling inside. Like he's smiling inside. His face shows everything. But just have a look at this. It's so fascinating. Like he was trying to be humorous while Jack was totally talking about business. He's trying to be humorous. See, he's trying to be as humorous as he can. And so Jack was totally business. Like I think like I know this is a big deal and they have prepared it much well. But I think many people were expecting more of a debate. This was just a discussion. Like everyone has their piece and they were talking about it. I feel like an energy. Like most of the people were thinking in the Twitter, like Twitter was going brainstorm, like they're gonna talk about energy and thing, but it was just like 5-10 minutes, and I feel like this was not a debate, it was a discussion. And I feel like if this could be like make into a debate, but like that's what like no one can complain about it, let's put it that way. But I felt like it was more of a discussion than a debate. And yeah, so that else I just want to mention like what Elon does. And the another thing that came into like into public, like SpaceX, after Tesla, SpaceX also owns Bitcoin. So big news, no one knew about it because SpaceX is a private company. They did not have the they don't want they don't have the obligatory, or I don't know how to say this, to disclose how much Bitcoin they own, because they are not a public company, while Tesla is a private company. So yeah, so they also said that. And if we say like just a brief overview, like on before, like B Word was like there was much excitement because of Elon Musk, Jack Dorsey, and Cathie Wood. Like they were trying to discussion about like they had a discussion. This was like the whole like everything was revolved around this. The B Word was around this at all. So yeah, so they talked about like the disruptive innovation as well as like the monetary system and yeah. So just give me a sec. I'm gonna refer to like another person. Yeah. So if you guys don't know, I'm referring to Invest Answer because he has made it so easy for me. Like I was taking on my notes, so I was like I had my notes when I was saying, so I might refer them to too. But yeah, this is what the like at the very start, like within 10 minutes, Elon says, I might pump it, but I don't have the intention to dump it. So it was like fascinating. Everyone was laughing about it. Everyone was quote-tweeting on Twitter. Like it was going crazy. Like everyone was saying, I might pump it, but I don't want to dump it. So this was going crazy. I'm gonna talk about Elon first, like everything that Elon says and then Jack and then Cathie, because each and every person mentioned some great things, which like cannot be like which I did not think of, to be honest. Yeah. So he said like this was a tagline, like this was his tagline, and he says like Tesla owns Bitcoin, and he himself hosting he himself owns Bitcoin, not Bitcoin, but yeah, he himself owns Bitcoin, and other than his own company, this is his only investment. So I just want to more focus on that, like he truly believes, like he is not trying to diversify, like have this, have people like this. He's so focused on one thing and he wants to put all of your mind in this. So I believe that, and if anyone says like you have to diversify portfolio, and I feel like I truly believe like diversification is not for everyone. So I truly believe diversification is not for me. I want to take as much as risk in like in my 20s, like 10 years I want to take as much risk as I can. So yeah, other than that, of his Elon Musk personal portfolio, which he owns like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Dogecoin. Bitcoin is the significantly majority of like every like other two crypto. So he owns the Bitcoin that I own is worth significantly more than Ethereum or Doge. So yeah, that's also like a amazing thing that he mentioned. The another thing that because like the Tesla announced that they are gonna do not continue accepting Bitcoin, but now he's like he's on these words because like Cathie Wood's ARK Invest and Jack Dorsey Square, they have released a paper which shows like how much renewable energy is put into it, and it's like more than 50%. So Elon himself says that Bitcoin is becoming more renewable, so Tesla might be like resuming Bitcoin, like accepting of Bitcoin. And the I want to mention like three more things that he mentioned. Like he mentioned that if you want to be in crypto, you have to truly be in crypto. Like you cannot be in crypto for trading purposes. Bitcoin provides freedom. Like Bitcoin provides freedom. If I'm saying crypto, I mean I'm referring to Bitcoin. I'm not talking about like shit coins such as like Shiba Inu, SafeMoon, and I'm just, if I say crypto in this live stream, refer to as just as Bitcoin. So he says, this is the big thing that I want to mention. He says, if you are having your crypto in an exchange, you don't own that crypto. The exchange own that. So what I'm getting into is, if you don't have your own private keys, then it's not for crypto. Then it's like you are just trading paper version of stocks. So he truly mentioned, and I truly believe that too. If it is not your own keys, then it's not your own cheese. This is a term that has been said in like the crypto space a lot. If you don't own your private keys, then it's not your cheese. So what it means, if you are buying crypto, and if you are just buying crypto on exchange, if you are not removing to your own personal wallet, like you can put in like MetaMask wallet if you are like all Ethereum ecosystem, Algorand wallet, Bitcoin wallet, everything has their own wallet. So, and that wallet has in private keys. So that if you have your own private keys, then you can truly own a cryptocurrency. Otherwise, it is not. You are not owning crypto. If your crypto is in an exchange, you don't own that. So he mentioned that amazing thing. Truly believe that. The Sorry guys, just got emotional. So another thing that he mentioned, like nuclear energy is becoming much more comfortable in use. And I know like this is not getting much attention, but I feel like it in the next decade nuclear energy could be the leading in the energy, like the whole energy, because it's so much like it, the energy emission is much less. And he says that new Elon himself, and I don't fact check me on that, like he did on the stream, like nuclear energy is much more compatible to use. So that's the other thing, like nuclear energy, I don't have much information, but this is like what I liked. And he was trying to shill all of his companies, SpaceX, Tesla, what else, Solar City, like all this stuff. And through which he says in Starlink, also Starlink. So he says like there was a conversation, Kathy Wood started the conversation about solar, wind and everything. And he said that Starlink, if you do a satellite, and the satellite itself could be a Bitcoin node validator, like Bitcoin node, and it could be also Bitcoin mining, because space heaters can also act as a mining ring, which is just like fascinating concept. This just blew my mind. Like if a satellite, because satellites, they are kind of a heaters, like if you put them in space they are heating the environment and stuff, so that energy can be used to mine Bitcoin or to run a Bitcoin node if can't mine Bitcoin. So this is just fascinating. See the thing, the thing that is providing the internet is also mining Bitcoin, or like verifying your transactions on a Bitcoin network. Just so fascinating, like he's such a brilliant guy. So yeah, other than that, yeah, so he also saying like positive trend, like energy is coming, but yeah. So I think Elon covered everything, and now let's talk about Cathy Wood. So yeah, so just so you guys know, Invest Answers, if you guys have not followed him, he's such a brilliant person. He explains in a much easier, like he has experience, like he has 25 years of experience in trading in the Wall Street, so he knows what he's, the technical stuff is so fascinating. But yeah, moment. So now let's talk about Cathy Wood. So Cathy Wood is like Ark Invest. He's the owner of he said like she said Bitcoin solves the world problem. The most important thing that I like personally, my opinion is, she said she had talked to the Bitcoin developers, because if Bitcoin is changing the world, the people who are building the Bitcoin network, they are kind of like they have so much power, they can they have like so much responsibility to themselves, and this Bitcoin is changing the economic system of the world. And she said that she have talked to Bitcoin developers, core developers, and she said the Bitcoin core developers have so much economic, like they have so much knowledge of macro, micro, the whole economic system, because they are changing the whole economic system, right? We can agree on that. Bitcoin has changed the economic system totally by far. She said that the Bitcoin developers, they have so much knowledge, and the current, like the people that are in power who are making decisions, she said the Bitcoin developers have more knowledge about economics, macro and micro, than our own people who have we elected, or the people that are responsible to make those laws, which is just so fascinating. That is the power of open source. It can lead to humongous change. So yeah, this is my personal favorite thing that she mentioned, like Bitcoin core developers. Like this is just so fascinating. And she also mentioned we need a monetary system. We need a monetary system that has rules, that everyone has rules around it. Like no one can change the rules. Like right now the government has the power to change the rules, which I don't feel like they should have. Monetary system and money is a very powerful network effect. Money has a very, and Bitcoin is like building on top of that. Bitcoin is just not a currency itself. She also mentioned I think she or Jack, one of them mentioned Bitcoin is just not a monetary policies. You can build on top of Bitcoin. That provides that gives the monetary system to the next level. You can solve problems on top of Bitcoin. It's like right now you cannot solve problems in the current monetary system, right? You cannot solve problem the current monetary system, like the monetary system. Just to give an example, right now, the interest rate, if you save your money in Europe, the interest is negative. So if you check now and if you check 1 year later, the money is less because they have a negative interest rate in Europe. And that Elon himself said, like the Tesla, the money that Tesla have in their European accounts, the money is like it's getting low and low because of the because of the negative interest rate. Europe has negative interest rate, which is like, it's a problem, but we cannot solve that, right? Bitcoin provides you an opportunity because it is open source. First of all, it provides you an opportunity to build on top of Bitcoin to solve the problems of Bitcoin itself. So that's just so fascinating. And this was another thing that she mentioned, like Bitcoin has already gone through so much test. Like Bitcoin has already gone through so much test in his like 13-11 years of like his history. So it's provable, like it's so tough. It has not been like hacked once in his lifetime. So yeah, the another thing that she mentioned, what she mentioned, like just give me a sec, I'm gonna check up my notes, and maybe Jack Dorsey, give me a sec guys, give me a sec. Yeah, so she mentioned one thing about the ESG. So just give me a sec, I'm gonna, yeah, so she mentioned one thing about ESG. So if you guys don't know, like ESG has been a huge concern in the Bitcoin ecosystem because to onboard institutional investors, because if the institutional investors wants to onboard, they need to figure out the three things what the ESG department is: environmental, social, and governance, if I'm right. So there's been a lot of thing, like everything is revolving around the environmental factor. But she mentioned like Bitcoin is a social factor too, because it provides everyone on a single platform. The rich does not have access to the things that poor can't. Now everyone is on the same page. Everyone has same access to the same monetary system. So everyone just missed things, and I just like, it's so fascinating, to be honest. And one thing that this is just like so amazing, which Meet Kevin like pointed out, like on the Cathie Wood thing. Just give me a sec, I'm gonna put it.
And you end up seeing lower prices. And this transition actually ends up leading to potentially hyperinflation in other less stable,
Yep.
you have in Europe, flowing into the. She says, look.
Yeah. So just listen this. I'm gonna talk about this. Is what Cathie Wood says. Bitcoin is, just listen this, and then I'm gonna talk about this. Just listen this. I'm gonna talk about this.
Need the inflation hedge of crypto, right? And so I've just had. I'm actually in that book. And I haven't heard this one before. This one was crazy in my opinion.
Just
but
read this.
I kind of really liked it, okay? Her argument is that, hey, you know how people are worried about deflation happening in the United States? I'm actually in that boat as well. I think that we're going to see negative inflation next year, and I know 50% of folks aren't. But I've actually thought of that as a little bit concerning potentially for crypto because, well, if we have deflation, then do we no longer need the inflation hedge of crypto, right? And so I've just had that as a concern.
So yeah, so just to summarize a thing, right now because of like so much of the stimulus went away, so we might see negative inflation next year. So we might see deflation next year in US, not in India. I don't expect India to be like deflationary, just because US has so much impact because all over the world in the economic policies. Just mention that US can see deflation, and there's a huge argument going on. If there's a deflation going around in the US policies, then crypto, which everyone sees at the inflation hedge, then we don't need that, right? We don't need it. But this is just a fascinating point. Just listen to this. I'm going to come to my point.
And now, don't get me wrong, still investing in crypto. But Cathie's response here was really interesting. She says, look, if we have deflation in the United States, it could actually mean that more people are flowing into the US dollar, and basically the dollar becomes stronger, and that you have yields go down, kind of like you have in Europe, where you have negative yields, and you end up seeing lower prices. And this transition actually ends up leading to potentially hyperinflation in other less stable parts of the world where government regimes and monetary policies just aren't as strong as they potentially are in the United States. So you could be in a situation where you see deflationary pressures in the United States, but hyperinflationary pressures elsewhere, and those hyperinflationary pressures elsewhere might move people into cryptocurrency. That was pretty incredible. Like that I had not thought of that before. So
yeah, so this is the thing that I want to mention. Like, this is just so, like, I never thought about this. Like, I never thought, because, so just to summarize, if US could see deflation, there is a potential that other countries, like the other regimes in the government where the monetary policy are not so strong, and I don't believe India is those countries, but India is along those lines, they might see hyperinflation or just inflation on those, in those scenarios. Just listen to this, just listen, try to understand, like, what I just said, like what Meet Kev and Kathy Wood just said. Just so fascinating, right? If US could see deflation, other countries might see hyperinflation, because then money is going around towards the US economy, right? Money is going around the US economy because they feel like their country is not so stable, so they're moving money to the US dollar, which might see deflation in the US dollar. But because of their confidence is low, they need some extra thing to provide, and that's where crypto comes into the place, because that's where crypto provides them the opportunity to be the inflation hedge. So just so fascinating, this is was just so crazy. Like, I never thought about this, and I was like, oh, like my like I was sitting at this, I was like, this is where like the discussion was going on, and this is where like the live chat of Meet Kevin, because Meet Kevin like streamed it, and this for live chat was going on. And when Kathy Wood said, like, if US could see deflation, there might be potential, like the other countries where the government regime are not so strong, they might see hyperinflation, inflation. And I see the chat, oh, this was so crazy, guys, this was so crazy, like I could not believe, like this, I don't think no anyone has ever thought about it. So yeah, so Kathy Wood's Bitcoin developers have more economic than the current leaders. Bitcoin provides you the freedom. Bitcoin provides you an opportunity to solve the monetary system itself by building on top of that. And this is just so crazy. This is just so crazy. And now let's talk about like Jack himself, like Jack Dorsey. What he said. Just give me a sec. I'm gonna pull it up. Yeah, so Jack was like more of a business person in the whole thing. He was very like calm. He was like, okay, so if you could like Jack was like just normal, like he was not so like exposed, like he was not so involved in that. But yeah, so the one thing that Jack like I've watched Jack interviews, like I don't know, tons. And one thing that he always brings up when we're talking about Bitcoin, he mentioned like when he went to Ethiopia like 3-4 years back. So one of the ladies was trying to build the Lyft or the Uber of Ethiopia, and she was having problems with the payment gateways because there's no electronic payment gateway around Ethiopia. So she has to deal with cash. So that just like every time when you heard Jack talk about Bitcoin, he mentioned that. I just want to bring out, if you have not seen, because Ethiopian government does not have that much of like digital payment system infrastructure, and it's hard to provide that. Bitcoin provides that. He mentioned like Bitcoin provides freedom and peace. That's what he wants, and that's what everyone wants, to be honest. And so also Elon was trying to like push Jack into a conversation, like allow Twitter like advertisers to pay in cryptocurrency, especially in Bitcoin. Jack was like, okay, we might, but he did not commit to anything. But yeah, so yes. Just I'm reading from my notes. Yeah, so one thing that like Bitcoin, like energy consumption comes into place. So he mentioned like unused energy, that is like that just unused, like that's transport and stuff. That energy, if we use Bitcoin mining into that energy that is unused, that is just going to waste. That will be converting, if we use Bitcoin mining, that will be converting into secure sound monetary system that will help to run the network, that will make secure sound money. This is just so fascinating, like the way he said it, just so fascinating. and Jack himself is like involved in the Bitcoin ecosystem. He's like hiring open source devs, like he's hiring open source devs because he don't want to disrupt the ecosystem, because he's building, like with Square he is building an hardware wallet and like some other products, DeFi on top of Bitcoin, and he does not want to like have hate from the Bitcoin community. So he's hiring open source developer that is already in open source, so he does not like affect the ecosystem, and he's trying to give like community as back to like the community, which is important in the Bitcoin ecosystem, because that's what run the whole network. So he mentioned like a couple of things like it's the internet deserves a currency of itself. So this is like just so fascinating. I totally agree with that. I've lived my life on the internet, and I feel like internet should have a native currency, and Bitcoin is that. He also mentioned like money is distracting and taking away from our bigger goals. Like money is just like, money is so distracting. Like everyone is talking about like how much money, how much this. Everyone is trying to do the rat race, and then everyone is distracted from the bigger goals. But Bitcoin is the answer to everything. Like he said that, like I feel like okay, it has some potential to it, and I totally agree on that. I want to donate my like my some resources to Bitcoin ecosystem as well. Right now I'm learning about the blockchain system, building on top of Ethereum, building on top of different blockchain open source, and ultimately I also want to be like a Bitcoin contributor. And I totally agree with Jack, like what he said. If we are focusing too much on the monetary system, we are like separate everything from our goals. So yeah. Also, if you fix the foundation of the monetary system that Bitcoin is trying to do, you fix everything above it. So that's what like Cathie Wood said. Like even if Bitcoin is having problems or issues, you can build on top of Bitcoin as a monetary system to solve those issues. Right now, which is impossible to do that. So yeah. So Jack was like kind of like okay. And the one thing that I liked about Jack has like a personality to himself. So, like he is a billionaire. See, he lives so calm. He has like a trippy hippie look to himself with beard and nose pin, and like his shirt is just so like, I feel like I totally relate to him. It's like I want to work with comfortable. So yeah, so that's what like these three folks said. But this was just not revolving around these three folks, guys. Just remember, these three folks were the main attention of this, but this was just not everything. There was again mentioning like Nick Carter, Philip, Lynn Alden, Arjun Balaji, Nate Madry. They were all amazing folks, and just want to mention like this is what everything is, and this might be like Elon called the top, like it was called the top, and he might have called the bottom. He's trying to say like I might pump, but I don't want to dump himself, because he owns some Bitcoin, so it is not in his like financial incentive to dump the Bitcoin or any currency. So yeah, just want to mention that the track I have put that into the chat, and I will link all of the channels like CryptoZoras, Investor Answers, Meet Kevin into my description as soon as I end. But this was so fascinating. I hope you take some takeaways from that, and I hope you have enjoyed this session, and thanks a lot. I'm gonna let you guys go, have your weekend or like a weekday the afternoon, and see ya. Peace out, guys. Have a good day.